Tries to kill Katie with a knife, bam. Right there on the beach, knife, stabby stab.
For heaven's sake, that's the climax. We can't just start with the attempted murder. There's context, nuance, the delicate interplay of faith and fame.
Nuance. This book is about as nuanced as a brick through a stained glass window, which frankly sounds more exciting than half the Baxter family reunions they describe. Welcome back to Heart Book Radio, folks, where we dissect the books you secretly read. Today it's Karen Kingsbury's A Dream Come True. Hollywood hunk pursues a wholesome church lady, but his other stalker, the one with more personalities than my Aunt Carol after 3 Chardonnays, decides church lady needs to go.
That is a reductive, yet distressingly accurate, summary. The book attempts to explore the tension between secular Hollywood, embodied by actor Dayne Matthews, and the devout community of Bloomington, Indiana, represented by theater director Katy Hart. It also delves into themes of forgiveness, hidden truths, and divine guidance.
Divine guidance? You mean like God telling Dayne which actress to date next? Because his taste seems questionable, one of them literally ODs. And don't get me started on Katie. Or should I say Jamie? Because apparently, the author just changed her name between series like nobody would notice. Was Jamie not wholesome enough? Did Katie pull better with the prayer warrior demographic?
The Jamie-Katie inconsistency is peculiar, perhaps an editorial oversight. But focusing on that ignores the central dramatic thrust. Dayne is the secret, illegitimate son of the Baxter family patriarch, John Baxter. A man terrified of this truth emerging?
Oh, Johnny Boy Baxter. Mr. Pillar of the community, hiding his Hollywood love child for decades. That's not just a skeleton in the closet, that's a whole dang movie star rattling around in there. He's worse than you trying to defend Hester Prynne's needlepoint skills in The Scarlet Letter.
We are not relitigating The Scarlet Letter. My point was about the thematic resonance of public shame versus private guilt. John Baxter's hypocrisy is palpable. One reviewer noted his denial of Dayne is as great a sin as the life that Dayne now embraces.
Yeah, sin, shame, whatever. Let's talk about the real star Chloe Anna, the stalker. Multiple personalities, thinks she's married to Dayne, wants to turn Katie into a shish kebab. Now that's character development. Forget diagnosing Dayne with resentment towards God. Let's diagnose Chloe. Classic erotomania, dissociative identity disorder, or just plain bad gono bonkers.
While the portrayal of mental illness is sensationalized to say the least, the stalker does provide the primary external conflict. Dayne, bless his tortured Hollywood soul, seems utterly oblivious to the danger he attracts. He's too busy being vaguely angsty and trying to lure Katie away from her Christian kids' theater.
Oh God, the CKT. The chapters describing rehearsals for some church play felt longer than Lent. I bet Dayne never had to sit through that with his pill-popping actress girlfriend. And Katie, pretty? Or Jamie? Whatever. She's so bland. One reviewer said every female character sounded like a naive 10-year-old. Accurate. I bet her idea of a wild night is adding extra marshmallows to her hot cocoa.
Her steadfast faith and commitment to her community are presented as virtues, though I concede her decision to ultimately reject the movie role after the attack baffled many readers. It felt anticlimactic after the significant build-up.
Baffled. It was infuriating. You survive a psycho stabbing attempt on a beach, orchestrated because you might star in a movie with McDreamy here, and your takeaway is, nah, I'll stick with the kids pageant. What is wrong with her? Is she allergic to fame? Money? Decent catering?
Perhaps she values her safety and spiritual well-being above secular success. It's a core tenet of the narrative's worldview.
Okay, fine. But is the book actually good? Or is it just, as one reviewer eloquently put it, bleg? Other called it a brain is fried kind of book. Which I get. It's like mainlining caramel corn sweet, addictive, zero nutritional value.
The literary merit is debatable. The prose is functional, the plotting relies heavily on melodrama, like soap opera reading. Another reviewer noted, the constant Baxter family updates feel like filler, unless you're deeply invested in which cousin is adopting whom. And the overt religious elements, the characters constantly referencing God's plan, or hearing his guidance. Some find it inspiring, others find it, quote, cringe-worthy.
Cringe-worthy is putting it mildly. Someone actually complained, stop saying that God audibly answers prayers. Like, they were genuinely annoyed the divine hotline wasn't more realistic. We got an email. Okay, I wrote an email pretending to be a listener named Brenda asking, if Katy Hart were a sandwich, what kind would she be?
That's utterly absurd. Why would...
Plain white bread with mayonnaise? No crustsy. Boring. But the Stalker, she's a ghost pepper and habanero panini on burnt sourdough. Exciting. Dangerous. Gives you heartburn.
While I deplore your sandwich analogy, I must admit, the sheer audacity of throwing a knife-wielding, multi-personality stalker into what is ostensibly a gentle Christian romance novel. It has a certain perverse narrative energy. It's objectively terrible plotting, but memorable.
It's memorably nuts. So rating time, don't bore me with stars.
Fine. For its contribution to theological discourse, a resounding F. For its unintentional descent into high camp melodrama, perhaps 4 out of 10 puzzled angels.
Weak? I give a Dream Come True 6 out of 7 restraining orders. It's crazy, it's cheesy, John Baxter needs a smack, and I still don't know why they changed her name.
A question for the ages. Join us next week on Heartbook Radio when we tackle Chadwick the Sentient Doorknob Finds Love.
Ooh, is it steamy? Does the keyhole play a major role? Tune in to find out. This is...
And
for Heartbook Radio. Don't touch that dial unless it's sentient.